It's good morning and welcome to the 9:30 call on this Tuesday. What a weekend in Boston. We had Paul Revere's ride recreated. The Red Sox won, the Celtics won, the marathon. It was quite a weekend in Boston. And hopefully folks are enjoying the more spring-like temperatures that are happening. Uh, so as we talked about last week, the House Ways and Means budget was released. And we talked a little bit about, I think it was the day the commissioner came. Yeah, because it was released on Wednesday. So that we went through the budget and we said that there were amendments due by Friday at 5 p.m. So I'm just going to quickly show you on the page at Mass Legislature that this is what it looks like. So right now, you can see here's kind of the tracker, what's happening at the budget on the left, and then you can see right now all the amendments are listed by number. So right now it's hard to search unless you know the number of the amendment or maybe who filed it. But what will happen over this week is all these amendments will be bundled into categories. So we'll have all the education amendments, there'll be other transportation amendments. And so we will then next week, the House will start debating the budget starting on Monday. And so we know that folks have worked to get amendments filed. And so we will share with everybody the amendments. Victoria is coming on the 9:30 call for the Mass Taxpayers Foundation. So she'll go more in depth about the proposal. And remember, these are all just proposals that the governor, the House, the Senate, and then we'll have a final budget in hopefully by July 1st. But so that's what's happening there. And we'll share some information as we learn it. And if you are new to the 9:30 call, I'm going to put the link in chat for you to sign up for the schedule. So when you sign up, you get the schedule for the week once a week, and then it's the same Zoom link. This Wednesday, we also are going to have the 9:30 call in Spanish. So that was on the calendar for this week. We're going to have folks from the R&R network join us. And then finally, Excel Linguistics. We kind of messed up the date when they were going to join us for the commissioner's call last week. They have translated into Spanish and Portuguese the commissioner's call. So we will send the link to that. In an email to the list. So make sure you're signed up for the 9:30 call list. Oh yes, thank you, Melora. Mass Taxpayers. Yes, it is April 22nd. Mass Taxpayers is doing a webinar at 10 a.m. on the House budget. So we'll have today they have the bigger event, and then Thursday Victoria will be on the 9:30 call. And then we are working with Strategies for Children. I think we are Strategies for Children, working with neighborhood villages on a kind of budget breakdown event. So I'll put that link in chat too. All right. So lots of updates this Tuesday morning. And Karen, we're so happy to have you with us today. So as for all 9:30 callers, if you could tell us a little bit about you, how you came to be in your current role, and then you should be able to share your slides, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Amy. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to be here. I will pretend that nobody's watching. I'm gonna
Great.
feel better, right?
That's good advice. Yes.
It's a great. So I just want to share about me a little bit. I am Karen Neira. I'm from Brazil. I speak Portuguese, and I do some supports with my community that the Portuguese speaker. But in Brazil, I my dad he teach me when I was a child. Karen, you can lose anything you have in your life, but you never can lose your knowledge. So this for me, I grow in this mindset, and always I try to do my best and bring science first. And so I am chemical engineer that I did in Brazil. I studied there. And when I was in the middle of the classes, like almost, I need to work because the money was not enough. And my dad always supported me, but at that point I need to work. I was just studying. And then my friend told me, Karen, why don't want to be a teacher? And she told me, or you're gonna fall in love, or you're gonna tell, no, this is not for me. So when I started, I love it. So I finished chemical engineer and I started teaching. So I was a teacher. I teach math, chemistry, and the physics. I love that science. But later, I love the brain. I said, I need to study how we learn, why how I can do my job better, right? Every day. So when I was here already in USA, I came here 24 years ago and I decided to study neuroscience for was the best choice in my life that changed my life. And I want to show the other educators how these make me a better educator and how we can grow from there. So I did a neuroscience, positive psychology, and mindfulness. And then later, my dream was go to MIT as an engineer was my dream. I said, one day I'm going. And I did the neuroscience for business. That's how was so important for me, how I can use my knowledge in neuroscience and bring for business as well. And so I start to tell myself, I need to show for somebody this all this knowledge. So I started to teaching, and I met that time Melinda Weber that I came here a few years ago, right, Amy? And she told me, Karen, you're going to 9:30 call. And okay, it's too many people there. Don't you worry, I'll be there with you. And it was the greatest. I love Melinda. She changed my life. And always I tell her that. And I start to work with neighborhood villages as well. And I start to work with a business training. And after that, I am instructor and a coach, right, for business training. And then I start to think I want to do more. And I start to work with my region. And I am also family child care provider as well. And today I have my sister that she work with me. But I'm talking too much about me now.
That's the question, though, Karen, and we always appreciate a robust answer to that. So thank you for sharing so much.
And then thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for letting me show something that can support educators and
Yep.
families too. So I decided when I was learning neuroscience, I thought I need to bring this for the field. How I can teach the children that I care, the children that is in my program, my own children. I have two. They are 13 and 19. And I said, I want to, do something that can support them. So I did a journal, a gratitude journal. Sometimes we put our happiness in the place we are not there. For example, I will be happy when I start a new job. I will be happy when I'm going to Brazil, back to Brazil, or I'm going back in the happiness sometimes is not what we are. And the best thing learning neuroscience, the best thing to do to start to be happy with what I have right now is to be grateful. So I wrote a gratitude journal and that has an Amazon that I want to show you. And this here. And this journal has the child can add, has a space for the child draw what she wants to do. Here, how I'm feeling. It's so important to understand what I'm feeling. It's okay to feel sad, happy, right? And things that I'm grateful. This is so important. How I'll be happy with what I have. So that's why I did this journal. And we can support, of course, for young children. But if I learn everything that I know today, when I was a child, I'm sure that my mindset will be so different. And I will
Mm.
be so happiest, for each time. So how to enjoy each time. And then I did a gratitude journal for us too. And I wrote a book with a lot of activities for children that how to bring calmness in children. That has, and all of them, they are on Amazon. And but it was important, right? How we can feel the be present. This is so important. We live in a world that want too much our attention. And sometimes we do our things here, but worried what come next. After I finish this meeting, I need to go home and do my dishes or something like that, right?
Right.
And sometimes we are not thinking what's the present moment. So first, I want to say thank you for being here. I know how precious is our time, how important is our time. And we should, offer for our children at the time. That's what they want. So they want to feel our presence, to feel protection, to feel safe and trust. So I'd like to share a few slides.
This is the hardest part of the 9:30 call.
I just put here my slides, let me see. I hope they are here. Here
They're
they are.
there.
So happy. It's a relief.
That's right.
So, neuroscience and the early education. So, I explained already, right? One biggest point, how I can bring calmness in children, what I can do. So, this slide, the next slide, shows something about me, what I just told. This I present with Melinda as well. When I do the business training and
Yes.
how the business training support my life too. If I had all the knowledge when I start my work, I'm sure will be so wonderful and get somebody experience, right, and bring for ourselves. This is very important. Uh,
Karen, if you go to the slideshow up at the top, if you just show it with the slideshow mode. So at the very
okay.
there you go. Go over to the right, other
Uh,
way. So see slide in the
view.
middle. Oh,
Okay.
no,
Here,
go
no.
go one more over, two more over, slideshow to the left. There you
Here.
go. Click
Yeah.
that and do from the current slide.
Uh, this presentation view? No.
Or do see the one left, play from the one, the second one in. There you
Yeah.
go. And now you can do it. Perfect. Now we can see.
It's better.
There you go.
So
Okay.
yeah. So this one show a little bit about me, right?
Yes.
And so this one, that's what I'm doing now. So I'm working with the business workshop for family child care, right? And it's the statewide, and training and coaching for FCC educators that I'm working in my region. I live in Cape Cod, and I work with Melissa Brickley. That is an honor to work with her and Lauren as well. And I will start work with FCC Foundation with Leslie Baker. And it's a great opportunity to bring knowledge for the new providers. If I started learning everything from there, like I told you, with the business practices, when we learn somebody that direct us to the point that we want. So it's important to be show our daily routine and how they can we can share. So for me, the most important part of be a trainer or a coach is share how giving them experiences before and how can support them. So I work with SEIU as well. And now in May, I will start to do the trauma and resilience training. That I'm so happy. And it's so important right now. We give the support for the children and families as well. So, neuroscience in the early education. So, when we understand our brain, why, what's the program, right, that's in our brain? And I like to start with that. Our brain has a program, and this program is not to be happy, is to protect, right? Our mind think, I need to protect you, is to survive. When we understand that, we understand why sometimes we see in so negative ways, right? Is our mind trying to protect us? But we need to not, we need to do the opposite, right? Not the opposite, but understand
Right.
that we can change this mindset. This is the most important for me. And when I learn in neuroscience, 85% of our time is in the unconscious mode. What means? We do the most part of our day automatic. It's the same when we learn to drive a car. We go in a car and the beginning, when we are learning, oh my God, I cannot do this. It's too many things to pay attention. I need to check where I'm going. I need to check who is in my backside. I need to check where is in the parking, where I need to do now. Is the brakes, what, how I control this car. But after a year driving, you don't pay attention anymore what we are doing. Comes automatic, right? The same to learning to walk, and we are walking. We don't pay attention. First step, now I'm doing the second step. It's all unconscious. I just want to say that because that's how a day is, right? The most part is unconscious. Então, the best way to bring conscience, to make sure what we are doing is the best way, is doing, example, a journal. This is so important. Ask us the right questions. What I want, where I want to be, what I need to do to get that point. This is so important. So, and what is important too is emotional intelligence. We understand more about our emotions, to understand our feelings. When we study neuroscience, we learn every thought bring us one emotion. Each emotion, or more than one, bring us a action. We what move us more is emotion. Emotion, action, every action bring us a behavior. So it's very important be conscious. What make me happy? How I can feel better? How I can support the children in my child care? How I can support the families as well? So this is very important. So I want to talk about motivation, right? What I can do to motivate myself and bring everything to support who is beside me. Social skills is so important. We live in a community. How we can do better, empathy, right? How I understand we are not the same. How understand how this child she is, how I can support, bring compassion to support her, the child. Self-regulation, so important. Our children, they are not able yet to do that, but we can give them skills to be better later, right? And self-awareness, it's so important too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the activation, about this, the what do you feel, how our mind works, the behavior, how we act, and the social development. And very important. How important is diversity? Because we are all different. And the best point of that is understand that every one of us has a different point of view. So how each one of us can see the different ways and the support in our vision. Understand when the children come in our place, in our child care, um, it's where the age our brain is making a lot of connections, right? And it's so important, feel trust, feel safe, for later they build resilience. So that's what I do today. I try to do my best to show the children how important is be present too, and feel the emotion they have in that moment, and a little bit about mindfulness too, how I can feel present. So, how I can understand what I'm feeling now. So, it's important we teach the children, we teach ourselves to understand our emotions, what I'm feeling now. This is so important. Is for me is the first step to bring us the unconscious and bring a conscious. And I like to tell too, we are our mind, our brain is just one. Doesn't exist Karen professional life and the Karen personal life, right? So it's a balance between between be conscious and heart and be is a balance, and we need to find a way to bring this balance for our life. So for well-being is a lot of things we can pay attention in the present moment, and it can be very easy. Mindfulness is just the state to feel present without judging, because our mind is always judging too. So always I want to bring this knowledge for my trainings, for they understand is a is a brain, is a body, and mind is just one system. And I did take care the same time for everything, right? It's not separate. And that's what I want to show today. I don't know, in the future, what we learn. We are all different. And we need to understand how to support each child in our child care, every family, because what I want maybe is not the same that somebody else wants, right? Is to respect the other like they are. And that's what I want to bring in each training that I do.
Thank you so much, Karen. There's a lot of love and appreciation in the chat, so folks should keep that going as well. There is a question. Don Holly wonders, to what degree is development that doesn't occur in early childhood recoverable later in life?
Yeah, so when a child, like they don't know, they are just have the own wait, like an example, you have a child, you bring your child to the child care. The child maybe can think, my mom doesn't want me. She cannot understand. The child cannot understand what is happening. So later, the child can feel, my mom doesn't want me because she left it in the child care or in my school and do something else to not stay with me. But we can change that. Our mind has a neuroplasticity. What it means we can always change our mind. It's not because maybe I understood the different way. In child, they cannot understand what's really happening around them. Our brain is developing until the age 25. So before that, we don't have skill already to understand what is happening, and we always can show them, showing gratitude, showing empathy. I think that's so important.
And then what if what if when they miss out in early childhood? So maybe you don't have that nurturing environment. Is there a way to kind of build that back in our brains?
Yes, we can build back in our brain. We always can train our brain. It's the same if we can always change what we are thinking. We are what we think we are, right? We have this power. Henry Ford, he said, um, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you are right. What means? If it's a mindset, so the importance of you believe, because everything starts with what we believe. If I think that blue is red, everybody can tell me, no, you are wrong. Blue is not red. But if I think this is red, nothing gonna change. I need the first step. I want to change. I want, you need to know what you need to do. So the first step is be conscious. But always we need, when we think something, is bothering me, like depressed, stress, anxiety, go find someone, some help, because we can change that. Somebody can support you. Sometimes we think that we can do by ourselves, but sometimes,
Right.
and a lot of times, we need support. And it's important you bring this, you find somebody that can support you.
And then as you know, we've seen neurons in neighborhoods, right? We've had decades of research that talk about how important brain development is, especially in early childhood. So as you're breaking down the information and sharing it with folks in your professional developments and your workshops, what are some of the aha moments that people have as you're sharing all this information with them?
It's great because we think I can do anything that I want. I can be anyone. It's not because you always can change the view. You always can change your mindset. This is not possible for that time. I didn't have this knowledge. Today I have the knowledge.
Right.
I want to just say very fast about
Sure.
the most biggest study that Harvard did. They ask people, they started this study almost 80 years ago. What make you happy? What makes a good life for you? And they start to interview people around Cambridge. And later they start to interview more and more people. Has a video about that. It's great to understand. And when they ask all these people, what make your life better? Money, be famous. But
Yep.
what is study came? What is important? What make really happy somebody? Who is beside you? Who supports you? How important is to have somebody beside you that gonna be there with you and for you. So we are, the importance to have the five-person beside us. We are like a mix of these people, how
Yep.
how each one of us interfere in somebody else. So what I can learn from somebody, even the positive ways and negative ways too.
Right. That's right.
Really conscious.
Well, Karen, thank you so much. And Karen came to us because she filled out the form online. So we so appreciate Melinda Weber for connecting you to the 9:30 call and for you for taking that initiative to sign up to share your knowledge with all of us. I've already posted Karen's slides in our follow-up folder. So thank you so much for sending them and for breaking down all this information. And kind of getting our short week off to a great start here in the 9:30 call. So please join me in the chat and thanking Karen for being with us today. And Karen, please stay in touch and please come back anytime.
I thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. And you are so wonderful. And thank you for everything you do for us as an educator, as a person, for every one of us.
Thank you so much. And as we mentioned, we did translate the commissioner's call last Thursday, which was a little bit different. She didn't do quite the board update. We had much more of a conversation. I know folks brought kind of struggles and challenges, and I know that the EEC team got right on it. So thank you so much to Excel Linguistics for translating that. We'll get that information out, and we will see everyone tomorrow on the 9:30 call. or right now at the Mass Taxpayers budget briefing. Thanks so much. And Sonia, the follow-up folder is not there. It's if you go to the 9:30 call website, you'll see there's a bar that says follow-up materials. And make sure you sign up for the call too. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Sonia, if you're still here, Sonia, if you stay on, I can put the link